Hey guys, my name is Ashley Salvatore, 6-star Diamond Elite 2017 coach, and today I want to talk to you about the reasons, or the number one reason why you can be doing everything right on this keto plan. You can be counting your macros perfectly. You can have a 70% fat ratio, and you can be on point with your protein and your carbs. You can keep everything below 30 net carbs, 20 to 30 net carbs or less per day, and you may be reaching a stall in your weight loss. And possibly your keto strips might even be showing very, very low ketosis or none at all, none ketones registering at all, despite doing everything correct. So right now I'm going to tell you why that is and what the number one reason for this could be in your life and how you can overcome that, because believe me, you can. And I have a solution for you. So if this is you, if this has happened to you, so maybe you got started on it and you started losing a bunch of weight and then all of a sudden things started evening out. Well, a couple things could be happening. For one, if you just got started and you just haven't experienced any weight loss yet, but you're continuing on, there is such thing called a whoosh effect, which is when you get started on something new, your body releases the fat, but then your body is smart and it says, why are we going to deflate this fat cell when more fat could be coming in? So we're going to fill it up with water. And then once this person proves to us that they're not going to be eating more carbs and gaining more weight, then we will release the water and we will do everything we need to do to get the fat cells, because they don't disappear, they just basically flatten once you empty them out. That could be why in the very beginning you may not see the scale move yet. So just hold tight, because you're going to have that coming soon for you. It's going to be like one day you just wake up and all of a sudden you're down 5 pounds. It's crazy. But for those who have been doing this for a little while and then all of a sudden they just hit a stall and they're not sure why, the number one reason that this is happening to you is stress. And you're probably like, what? How is that effective when I do everything perfectly? But it does, and this is why. When our bodies become stressed, and we can have stresses in different ways. You can get in a fight with someone, you can be sitting in traffic, you can be yelling at your kids, you can, just anything could really happen that causes stress in your life. We live in a stressful environment. But what happens when we become stressed is our body raises cortisol. And what cortisol does is it increases blood glucose. Our body can create glucose. So glucose is sugar. And so in your body, you may not be eating it, but if you are stressed, if you are chronically stressed, if you experience a lot of stressful situations, or you allow yourself to go over the edge with your stress, you're going to have a hard time being in ketosis and allowing your body to be in a fat burning zone if your body is creating glucose and if you are allowing yourself to get into that stressful state. So when your body creates glucose, it raises insulin levels just as if you eat a high carbohydrate meal, which leads you to then crave carbohydrates. Okay, so it's just like if you eat a meal that has a lot of sugar in it, all of a sudden you want sugar. You want to eat that stuff. And that's where people say they stress eat, they stress binge, because when that cortisol raises, it causes that response. And so the same goes for the keto diet plan. If you live in a bubble and you are completely stress-free, then you don't have to worry about that. But if you can manage your stress and you can keep it under control and try to take care of yourself, and even sometimes vigorous exercise can add a lot of stress to the body, and that stress does the same thing. So just be careful there as well. If you notice that you're starting to get a plateau, maybe back off some of the strenuous exercise and start doing some lighter exercise that you enjoy. Your body is going to respond to that. So, because when you get into really intense workouts, it can definitely create that fight or flight response, increase the adrenaline, and the same thing happens. It's a stressor on the body. So that's one suggestion. Another thing is, this is exactly why adding in Shakeology helps you with this plan, because Shakeology, and I have my bag here. Oh, sorry about that. So Shakeology comes in a 30-day supply. you drink one of these per day. Personally, I have my Shakeology as my first or second meal, and I love to blend it with half an avocado so I get my fat in there. And it does take up about a third of my daily carbs, but I'm eating 3 meals a day. So I'm splitting my day up in about 10 net carbs per meal. So this is a meal, and it takes one third of my net carbs. So it's about 10 net carbs to 11, depending on the flavor, to 13 net carbs, which is perfectly fine. I still stay under, like, between 25 to 30 net carbs a day, sometimes less than 20 net carbs per day, still drinking Shakeology daily. But what Shakeology is going to do for you is Shakeology has adaptogens in there. And adaptogens, those help your body respond to stress. So there's ashwagandha, which is an ancient herb that helps your body reduce cortisol levels. So it's gonna help your body maintain the steady cortisol level that you need so you don't have those spikes and your body doesn't create the glucose to then cause you to then stall out on your weight loss following a ketogenic meal plan or following any weight loss meal, like anything in your life. If you're doing any type of, it doesn't matter what it is, keto, it really impacts only because this plant is very sugar sensitive. So there's ashwagandha, but then there's also basil, which basil is going to help you also with that. And you can keep fresh basil on your counter if it's just the fragrance of it helps with stress. But like eating basil daily helps. And so there's basil condensed into Shakeology as well. Schisandra is the next one I want to talk about. So Schisandra reduces, and I have my notes here because I don't want to get it wrong, but it reduces corticosterones, which is cortisol in human or animal beings. So that is which cortisol, as you know, increases glucose. So there are multiple different herbs in Shakeology that help you. So Shakeology is not just a protein. It helps support you in your ketogenic journey in a lot of different ways. And maybe you're going to be adding a little bit more net carbs because, like I said, it's about 11 net carbs, 11 to 12 per meal to your day. But those net carbs are going to help your body stay at a consistent, even range so that you don't have those same stress responses. So think of this as something that your body needs. You need Shakeology, especially if you are reaching, because a lot of people do this. They start hitting that stall and they stop drinking their Shakeology because they think they are not low enough in their net carbs. And then it causes even more stalling or even weight gain. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to, if you did that, stop that, start drinking one Shakeology a day again, continue that along, to continue doing what you're doing, maybe scale back the intense workouts and do something a little more light and fun that you enjoy, something you really like, Country Heat is in the All Access, which is in the on-demand virtual workouts, which is a lot of fun. It's fun, so do something that you enjoy. Do some yoga, go for a walk outside. I did that this morning. These are all just like amazing tips to help you manage your stress. If things get stressful in your house, pop in some music. Just really try to keep your body in a relaxed state. Start taking baths at night, like lower the lights, put on some essential oils, really focus on yourself. This self-care of this is really, really important. So it's not just all about your micros, your macros, intermittent fasting. And that's another thing. Don't try to push intermittent fasting on yourself because that can be another stressor on you. So if stress is your issue, intermittent fasting and if you are pushing it, trying to do it when your body's not ready, or if your body's telling you it needs food, give your body the food that it is asking for and focus on helping your body get to where it needs to go and reduce the stress in your life. And if there are things that are stressful in your life that you can eliminate those. If you can find someone to clean your house for you, have that person clean your house for you. If a mess makes you stressed, do what you can do to just really take care of yourself, because this is going to help improve your own results. So if you guys hit a stall, it's probably stress. That is the number one biggest thing. And if it's not that, then you need to take a look at your micros and all of that. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you get to the point where you have it on point, and then you wonder, because you will see when you get your stress under control, maybe you start up Shakeology and you start drinking that daily, you can be eating all of the same stuff and you can have the exact same micros, and then all of a sudden your keto strip is going to be registering a darker shade, because now all of a sudden you have more ketones in your body because you don't have that cortisol that is spiking your insulin, that is causing your body to create blood sugar that causes the stall and causes you to knock out of ketosis when it's nothing that you ate. Okay, so I hope this helps you guys clear some things up. And if you want to get started on Shakeology, if you're not on Shakeology, just contact the coach who added you to the keto experiment, and she can help you get started on the best package for you. So thanks again for joining us, and let me know if you have any questions on this topic.